Once upon a time, in a beautiful meadow, there lived a hardworking ant and a carefree grasshopper. The summer sun was shining brightly, the breeze was gentle, and the meadow was buzzing with life. The ant, diligent and meticulous, worked tirelessly every day, gathering food and storing it for the winter. Her tiny legs scurried back and forth swiftly as she carried grains of wheat and seeds to her nest. The ant knew that during the cold months, food would be scarce, and she wanted to be prepared. On the other hand, the grasshopper loved to spend his time singing, playing his fiddle, and hopping around the meadow carelessly. He admired the ant's dedication but couldn't resist the beauty of the days. "Why do you work so hard, dear ant?" the grasshopper would often ask. "Come sing and dance with me." The ant, ever practical, would shake her head and reply, "I am preparing for the winter. It's wise to save for the future. You should think about collecting food too, before it's too late." But the grasshopper laughed. "There's plenty of time for that. Winter is far away, and besides, there's enough food around. Let us enjoy the sunshine while it lasts." Days passed, then weeks, and the seasons slowly began to change. The leaves turned orange and gold, and a chill started to settle in the air. The ant continued her diligent work, her store of food growing larger and larger. The grasshopper, however, still believed there was plenty of time and continued to live for the moment. Then one day, the first snow fell, covering the meadow in a white blanket. The grasshopper shivered as the cold sank into his bones. He wandered around, searching for food, but the bountiful days of summer and autumn were gone. The landscape was barren and lifeless, and the fields that once offered an endless feast were now empty. Desperate and hungry, the grasshopper remembered the ant. Sheepishly, he approached her nest and knocked on the door with frozen limbs. "Dear ant," he pleaded, "I have nothing to eat and the cold is unbearable. I know I laughed at your hard work, but please, can you spare some food?" The ant thought deeply before answering. She remembered his laughter, his carefree spirit, and how he had mocked her preparation efforts. Nevertheless, she was wise and kind. "I will help you," she finally said, "but let this be a lesson learned. It is important to plan for the future, so you do not find yourself in this position again." The grasshopper nodded gratefully and promised, "Next year, I will work hard to prepare, just like you." He was thankful for the ant's kindness and realized the value of hard work and preparation. With the ant's generosity, he managed to survive the harsh winter. As the seasons turned once more, and the spring sun started to melt the snow, the grasshopper kept his promise. He joined the ant in her endeavors and learned to balance work and play. Henceforth, they often sang and danced together, but not before ensuring their future was secure. And so, the ant and the grasshopper taught each other valuable lessons about diligence and joy, forming an unlikely friendship that lasted for many seasons.